Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Heart of the Swarm exhibitions here at the MLG Studios in New York City, where every single weekday at 5 p.m. Eastern we have something going on related to Heart of the Swarm. We are live right now with Polt versus Dimaga, best of 7. I'm axeltoss. He's axlav. Game 3 is coming up. 1-1.
1-1. Dimaga going with his trusty roaches both games so far. First game, coming out a little bit too late. Polt, even though he opened Blue Flame, already had several siege tanks out with a full depot wall, was totally prepared for the attack. Game 2, Dimaga saying, you know what? I like the roaches, just got them out a little bit faster. Did a very, very, very fast, it's about 7 or 8 roach rush there.
Right.
And really just caught Polt off guard. I mean, Polt saw him cross the middle of the map, so that's a little bit strange how he missed raising that depot there. I think he would have held it.
If you think if that supply depot had been risen from the depths,
I think he would have held it without it. I mean, because he can repair it, lose SCVs, but the whole time he's using SCVs, his Marauders in the back just chugging away, man. That guy's throwing marshmallows all day.
Marshmallows.
And then the 2 Widow Mines would come out right behind, land them. And the roaches will be clumped on the ramp. As soon as the Widow Mines start to burrow, Dimaga, being an excellent player, would say, "I've got to back the roaches up." Then and then there's a bunker in the natural. He would maybe lost 5 SCVs, maybe even 10 SCVs, but would have been head.
So Polt needs to be more.
The R button, man, it's useful.
R button.
Dimaga won the game with the R button.
He did.
Polt could have won the game with better use of the R button on the raised depot. Not quite hitting that button in time. And look at the bottom of the screen there. They keep coming. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I thought you were referring to Dimaga, and like, yes, he's still in the Showmatch, Nicholas. Yeah, the beta keys are going to continue coming. You have my personal promise. Also, axeltoss tweeted, good job. I'm going to retweet it after this game. Guys, you should retweet it at home. But here we are in game number 3 of this best of 7 between spawning in the bottom right-hand location, the red Zerg player, Dimaga, and his opponent in the top left is the blue Terran player, Polt. Is it just me? Or does Dimaga keep canceling these eggs?
I think it's just...
Is that just me?
I think it's just you. I think...
Because I promise, I keep seeing things explode here near this hatchery. Look!
It's a new animation. It's a cool new animation.
Is that when the
lava
egg
hatches? Or when the egg hatches?
Oh, so the blood,
Yeah, it's like it's the membrane of the egg is no longer needed. The new creature comes out of it. See?
Oh.
And then all the shell is discarded now. It used to disappear magically.
Because when you hear that sound of the...
That's the hatching.
That's the sound of larva dying.
Not anymore, my friend. That is the sound of an egg being hatched. And more Zerg are entering the world of men.
Okay, cool. So I'm not confused anymore. Dimaga has not been canceling every single egg. Which is good. Polt added on... Polt selected the map of Antigua Shipyard. What do you make of this choice, Nicholas?
I mean, it's staple Terran, right?
Yes.
You pick Antigua Shipyard because you just slow push through the middle, and then you deny the 4th base from the Zerg because it's hard. If you have any type of presence near the middle, it's very hard for a Zerg player to move between the bases. Not to mention the fact that even if you don't have that presence in the middle, the drop distance is so short between a potential 4th base and either the main, or a potential 4th base and where their 3rd base would be.
Ignite
afterburners.
Before coolers. Oh, afterburners, right.
Ignite before coolers.
I thought, okay, yeah.
Well, let's call it that for now.
I like it.
So it's generally very hard for Zerg to get 4th base, and Terran can just slow push through the middle.
Is he going to lose this Overlord?
Very, very strong positioning.
I'm going to say maybe. I'm going to say it's going to be close.
It is going to be close.
Is he?
It's going to be close, but he's going to get away.
No, it's fine.
Dimaga not opting for the fast gas.
Do you think it's worth that Marine to jump off the cliff to get those last few shots?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sure his sergeant told him that, actually.
But he's like, nope.
Yeah, Marines are only privates. So typically the way in the military works is the sergeant yells at the private, tells him what to do. The private says, yes, sir, and then the sergeant goes back to whatever it is the sergeant's doing, and then the private diligently ignores that order.
Those aren't well-disciplined Marines?
No. That's why they did not jump over the cliff to try to finish off that Overlord as they're falling down.
I'm okay with that explanation.
Dimaga's still no gas, so maybe deciding, you know what, he might be ready for the roaches this game. That's either going to get them later or going to avoid them. I'd like to see him play Mulis. I don't know, I just really want to see Mulis harass with a new Mulis regeneration and speed. I think it could be a little more effective. Of course, like we mentioned, I mean, Widow Mines can be
Yeah.
dangerous. Missile turrets, of course, are just as great as they were in the original game.
Now, Polt did scout the lack of a gas here from his opponent. So he's going to know that the likelihood of some sort of fast roach play is pretty much 0, because you need gas to make roaches. Now, of course, there's the element of right when your scout leaves, your opponent adding on gas, so we'll have to see if Polt tries to follow up with any sort of scan or additional scouting.
He does have the 2 Marine Squadron.
Yeah, he's going to be
So
scouting that third base.
he knows there's no super fast turret, which is useful information. You know, the one other thing I want to see is actually everything I want to see is in these soldier tier inside. I want to see more Raven usage now, because the new Raven Hunter Seeker, it's only 75 energy
Yeah?
and does 100 splash damage. So you can even harass workers with it. You could, like if you're going mech and they close with your army, you can launch 100 Seeker missiles to force them to pull his units out and back away, because I don't know. I think there's a lot of, even just for harassment with it, worker line or even harassing
You
army.
like Ravens. You have been very vocal about this
I am.
throughout the Heart of
don't-
the Swarm exhibition series,
They're so good, man.
where Mondays and Fridays we have King of the Hill,
like-
Tuesdays we have Arcade Spotlight, Wednesdays we have free-for-alls with pros in the community, and Thursdays we have show matches.
So imagine if infestors could fly.
Okay, that's I'm actually shaking right
Yeah,
now.
that's like a well-used Raven, man.
Huh.
That's what a well-used Raven is.
You heard it here first.
And yeah, and in fact, if you want to use out those new Ravens,
Yeah.
look at the bottom of the screen, grab that beta key, and test it out.
All right, Polt coming forward to the third base with these Hellions trying to prevent this drone from placing a hatchery. He's successful. The drone is going to be roasted to death before he's able to
Almost made that extractor.
create himself into a geyser. But he falls, so nice little pick off there from Polt. What timing sense there, too.
Polt's getting a lot of Marauders. I think this is almost saying, you know what?
Oh my
I
God.
lost to Hellions pretty bad last game. Let's make sure that can't happen again. But this time Dimaga's not going those roaches.
He's going to just try to run right by here, but nice SimCity here from Dimaga. Has the Evo Chamber
Oh,
there. Going to try to
drones.
prevent... Oh, the drones. They got to be careful. Wow, actually, Dimaga, I think, doing a very solid job here preventing these Hellions from doing too much damage.
A great job, and he didn't put down his layer tech building yet, so he didn't really get much scouting done either. There goes I was going to say Infestation Pit or Spire, and it's a baiting nest.
Oh.
So, not quite utilizing that layer yet is Dimaga. Perhaps
Maybe
he
he
will.
sniffed out what's coming here.
That could be it. Well, I mean, yeah, that could be it.
Let me look at his vision.
I feel like he would still throw down like Infestation Pit, because that
Yeah.
wouldn't hurt his ability to make a lot of. He just make a lot of speedings and baitings, but he would still throw down an Infestation Pit or Spire or something, because he doesn't need just pure units. I mean, he has more than enough resources to hold this off, basically. That's what I was gonna say.
Right, and there's the Infestation Pit, but might be a little bit too late because Polt has now decided he's going to push across the map, and the idea behind these pushes is to hit as fast as possible, so it's not like Polt is going to chill too long at the Watchtower. Stim is about to complete. He wants to attack straight away and do as much damage as possible. At the very least, I feel like there's no way Dimaga can defend this third here unless he gets
I don't
some
know.
ingenious Baneling hits.
He's got 3 hatcheries with 3 queens fully producing speedlings, man. That's a
Hellions,
lot of
man.
speedlings. There are some Hellions, but he did lose some earlier. Actually, that's a lot of Hellions.
Yeah.
He may lose that third base. Oh, the Banelig's coming in first! The speedings aren't tanking for them. Kind of wasteful.
Yeah, you can't send the Banelings in on their own unless the Terran is not paying attention. We saw Polt there was indeed paying attention. Now he knows the existence of the Banelings, so he's going to be preemptively splitting all of his units, leading forward with the Marauders even. Dimaga scrambling to make more and more Banelings. Here comes Dimaga to try to hold off this push, sending forward the Lings and the Banelings splitting, trying to occur here from Polt, but does Dimaga have enough? I'm not entirely sure. Goodbye Banelings. Nice marker there from Polt. But the Ling's going to come out here and going to try to clean everything up.
This 1-1 upgrade's finishing just in time for the speedings to mop up this army.
Yeah, he's going to
And-
finally clean this up here.
Yeah, Dimaga holding that without too much of a problem. Polt, still no third CC for him. So, no third CC, only 1-0 upgrades versus 1-1. Baning speed's finishing. I feel Dimaga's in commanding control of this game. With this, and he has 4 hatcheries with a ton of queens. Well, actually, I think he lost a couple of his queens. But he still has 4 hatcheries, so he can produce, now that he's pretty much safe, I mean, I don't think this next attack can really do too much.
Yeah.
He can just crank out drones like a maniac. In fact, getting 2-2 upgrades as well.
Wow. Already getting 2-2.
He's got the Infestation Pit done. Unless he cancel it.
No, I'm pretty
Okay, there it is. Still the natural. Yeah.
Now, what do you make of Polt? Oh, actually, hold on. Looks like Dimaga is seeing Polt trying to run. Dimaga saying, you can't leave.
Which units are going to take the spots in it?
None. Oh,
one.
Oh, 3.
Okay. So
great move there from Dimaga, taking Polt off guard, not letting him retreat, swinging around the back with the Zerglings and coming in from the front with the Banelings, able to be very cost efficient in that engagement.
Dimaga is just taking total map control. Not quite droning or taking his guesses behind it. I think maybe he's going to play to try to deny the third base. Oh, well, look at this. 23 Banelings with speed. Oh, the medevac sees it. Can the Marines pick away at this army? There's not very many speedlings there.
Dimaga knows he sees him too.
Okay, well, Dimaga deals with that without too much of a problem. How's Polt going to deal with this massive incoming invasion, though?
I don't know. It's not like you can repair these supply depots. I mean, they're Banelings.
He
has his tank on the high ground. The Banelings stopping momentarily on the ramp could explode into these supply depots, but how much damage can these do? Going straight for the middle line of Polt, but turning around and exploding into Marines. So Polt is going to be able to deal with that without too much trouble. More importantly, not losing any SCVs.
Dimaga just lost like 20-something Banelings for like 5 Marines.
Well, he killed some supply depots.
Yeah, and 4 depots. But yeah. I mean, there was no follow-up to that. There was no wave of speedlings to take advantage of the depots being down. So that was not for... I mean, I think that move there gave Polt a chance. Because Dimaga slowed his tech down to accomplish that. And he also doesn't have that super scary army out in the middle of the map that scares Polt from taking the third base. So
well, I mean, throughout all that, Dimaga was also droning up quite a bit.
He was.
68 Harvesters to 49 is the count as it stands. And now I feel like Polt might be forced to play relatively defensively, setting up bunkers outside of that, in between his 3 bases, securing that third base, and maybe just relying on drops until he can get a force up that's good enough to push across the map.
Drops are definitely the way to go. Dimaga with no really anti-drop capabilities. I mean, he can prevent it from damaging him, but he can't punish him with like Mutilus killing the medevacs or anything like that. So with that Ignite Afterburner's abilities and some heavy drop play, that gives Polt his best chance to get back in the game while he can try to rebuild an army, because right now he doesn't really have an army.
Polt coming forward to the middle of the map here with, as you said, not much of an army. About 10 Marines there, 2 Marauders. These units alone could probably clean that up. We got plenty of Zerglings here from Dimaga, already going up to +3 on the melee attacks. Adrenal Glands has begun. We haven't seen many Heart of the Swarm units here. This feels like a Wings of Liberty game.
It does. It does. In fact, we haven't even seen Polt really use the Ignite Afterburner's ability on these medevacs yet, so it's almost... The only difference is that Siege Tank had Siege Mode with... It saved Polt 100 resources. Sure. That's pretty inconsequential in this type of game, though. Oh,
great fungal onto those Marines, trying to evacuate into those medevacs, and still no Ignite Afterburners. Polt, this is Heart of the Swarm, bro. You can hit B, and those medevacs might get caught. No, there's not enough energy here.
We know what could happen is a lot of these Korean players, there's so many tournaments in Korea, I'm not sure how much they practice Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah.
It could be he doesn't even know about the Ignite Afterburner's ability, or at the very least isn't really comfortable utilizing it. We've seen he has been, he hasn't really used Widow Mines too much
if
either.
You're just learning how to drive, you don't necessarily want to drive a Ferrari.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe you're not ready to handle it.
Yeah, you might. I mean, the clutch on a Ferrari is probably beyond your initial skill to utilize when you first get in there. So, you get, your little automatic Civic or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that your first car?
No, I had a Honda.
Nice.
Or Civic, a Honda Accord, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Accord, I meant to say not
you said Civic, then you said
Honda Civic. I had a Honda Accord, not a Honda Civic.
Got it.
My car knowledge isn't always quite up to par.
What kind of engine did it have?
It was just a 4-cylinder or something. I don't know the exact. Okay. Anyways. Polt moving out here with a pretty substantial army, but he's behind in upgrades. He's going to equalize upgrades pretty soon with that as soon as the armor upgrade finishes.
He's going up to Broodlords here.
Polt's not going to wait though, man.
Dimaga is. Yeah.
He's got to be careful. There's so much creep there.
Link's coming here. I feel like Dimaga should be able to delay this push long enough to get his Broodlords on the field, because he can make them now if he wants to. And
there they go. Yeah, I mean, he has plenty of fungals. Polt can't just run straight in there. But speed Banelings and fungal growth on creep, Terran has to be very, very methodical with their push. Always keep Siege Tanks up. Always try to keep on the edge of creep. And that's going to give Dimaga plenty of time. Look at that, 3 Queens in production tab too. More beta keys being given out here on the MLG stream at the bottom of your screen. But these queens are going to be so powerful at killing Vikings, transfusing Broodlords.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest utility. The transfusal of those Broodlords. And does Polt have an answer to these? I don't think so. He has 2 starports just now in production, but no Vikings currently on the map. The Marine's going to try to sprint forward here, but the Fungals are there ready and waiting for those Marines to come forward, and Dimaga handling this so cost efficiently. Polt is going to have to back away.
He's got to. The's no way. I mean, especially on creep. He's got to back away. He's leaving a...
Sorry.
Oh, nice little drop play there attempt.
Well, it's good. The Broodlord almost died, and Dimaga had a clutch transfuse.
It did. But now it looks like Dimaga's fed up with attack. Moves forward, decides to back up for the Broodlords. Polt says, you know what? Broodlords are too much for me. I'm going to get out of here.
Wow, he has to be careful not to clump of his units too much. Ling's coming forward here from Dimaga, has second thoughts, but he's going to try to engage. Infestor's coming forward as well, trying to get vision of this army, but Polt has that watchtower control, trying to lay down some Fungals, and this could be a mistake for Dimaga as all of his supplementation is gone, barring a few Lings and maybe 1 or 2 Infestors, but these Broodlords might be vulnerable.
Absolutely stellar Marine splits by Polt in that battle, minimizing the fungal growth usage. That was the battle I didn't think he could win, but look at this. He might clean up. He's cleaned up all the Infestors.
And the Broodlords might follow. Dimaga needs reinforcements right here, right now. Queen's trying to crawl forward. 12 Lings in production, but looks like Polt is finally going to back away for now. And Dimaga needs to be careful not to overextend. He already was very cost efficient recently, and now the Vikings are on the field. So, you know, Polt turning a terrible situation into an okay one, now getting Vikings onto the field.
And now there's 5 Vikings. The Corruptors are down. The Queens are still trying to do work, but 5 Vikings, there's only a few Queens. The last of the transfuses go down. But wait, no! More Queens come to the action.
Yeah.
Wow. Those
5
Queens really carried the weight there.
And honestly, it's a situation where they didn't necessarily have to, but, you know, Polt doing a great job isolating each unit of Dimaga's, but Dimaga's still trying to press his advantage here, trying to engage those Vikings with the Corruptors. Now a Thor coming forward, that's going to help a bit against the Corruptors and against those Queens. And Dimaga is finally going to back away. It's a little bit tricky for him, though. He doesn't have a 4th base, so you can only trade units for so long. His resources are going to start getting depleted. His main base mineral line is gone. His natural base mineral line is getting very, very low. I'm wondering when he's going to try to secure a 4th here, and Polt is too. He's patrolling Marines all across this map.
I mean, this is what we talked about when Polt picked this map. Oh, Queens! Straggling behind the pack there. Polt takes advantage, and that's a substantial blow to the power of Dimaga's army.
I mean, at this point, could Dimaga really afford to take a 4th, or does he have to completely just focus all of his investments on units?
He doesn't have the amount of available money to really afford the speed lean protection you need to defend those 4th bases. So I think he's got to just try to build up one big push, try to take the middle. And if he can push Polt off the middle, then he can take his own middle base and just try to starve Polt out with that 4th base. But, you know, when he lost those Infestors, with only 3 base, you don't have the gas income to replace them. Right? It's kind of what we talked about. Zerg has a really hard time when they lose all those Infestors. You got to pull them back once you use your energy. The Queens are great, but as Polt's Marine count keeps getting higher...
And the Viking count, too.
Yeah, there's going to be no answer to that. The Vikings, Queen, Corruptors, not bad against, but the Marines
but
are
if
just...
Like 20 Vikings, like...
Yeah, if you get 20, then you're in trouble.
All right, Dimaga trying to make things happen here in the middle of the map, but Polt taking control of that. Also, landing a planetary fortress there, or landing a command center there at the 4th, turning it into a planetary fortress, so going to have control of that gold base. Meanwhile, Polt is trying to pursue this army across the map, splitting up those Marines and Vikings, taking down each Corruptor. Infestors getting incredibly low on energy, trying to throw down those Fungals, but Queen slowly dying everywhere as well. And Polt is now up 169 to 120 supply, and I think Polt is in a great position.
He absolutely is. I mean, look at that swell of Marine reinforcements plowing through here. Even without medevac support, there's just too many. Broodlords are getting gunned down like paper.
Where's the music? Did we miss it?
I spoke over again. There was a nice little shashung sound as it all came together, but...
Okay. Maybe next time we'll hear it. Wow. Great little comeback there from Polt. I felt like early on in that game, Dimaga able to fend off that push from Polt very easily, and was able to put himself on top. Maybe
that baiting attack was pretty wasted.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's 2 things that could have happened there. Well, yeah, the baiting attack was, but I don't think that was a game changer by any means.
No.
I think 2 things could have happened there for Dimaga to make it a little bit better. Faster 4th, Maybe instead of doing when maybe he was doing the Baneling shenanigans over there, maybe take a fourth during that because Polt was on his back foot.
And
there.
he had so many Baneling speed lean. That's the units you need to defend the fourth. You can
Yes.
segment a small group, have a patrol that fourth base.
Or don't overextend. He kind of overextended there with his Broodlord and Queen army. He lost a lot of Broodlords for free. I guess was not expecting the Vikings so fast from Polt. That being said, Polt did a great job getting those Vikings out right when he identified that his opponent was going for those Broodlords. And Polt able to take advantage of that overextension from Polt and able to, or from Dimaga, I should say, and able to convert that into victory. That being said, Polt is going to be up 2-1.
Best of 7 though.
In this best of 7 series, and we're going to be back after a quick break with game number 4. It's Dimaga's map choice. Don't go anywhere, guys. Again, best of 7 between Polt and Dimaga. Game 4 coming up.